2K Sports pregame show.
Hey folks, I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Minneapolis, where we'll see the Timberwolves going up against the Utah Jazz. Well, for Utah, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. And for Karl Anthony Towns, just last season, GMs voted him the player they'd most like to build a team around. Shaq, I can't think of higher praise than that.
That's because Big Cats is a perfect example of the modern-day center. Can do it all, Ernie, on both ends of the floor.
I really like his game, too.
I agree. He's a terrific scorer on 3 levels, and that's pretty impressive. He can do it on the box, the mid-range, and the 3-ball, Ernie.
Yes, he
has a lot of years left in him. He can make a big impact. I probably would want to start a team with him as well.
Kevin Harlan will have the call. Game's about to start. We'll see y'all later.
There is a buzz in the air in the sold-out arena here in downtown Minneapolis. We're wearing our costumes. We hope you are too. Happy Halloween as 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. A contest in the West will see if the Timberwolves can please this home crowd. And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Thanks very much. Well, Quinn Snyder is the coach here in Utah, and he said, as a coaching staff, we show the players we have confidence in them. And then we're unbelievably demanding. But it has to be mixed with patience. And that, over time, pays off. Kevin?
Teaching and motivating. He's done a nice job, DA. Thanks. Early on in the season, some players locked and loaded, others trying to find their groove. Clark, did you tend to be a fast starter, or did it take you some time to get a flow for your game as a season starter?
You know, Kevin, in my relatively short career, I experienced both. My rookie season, I started a little slow. I was in really good shape, knew I was going to play a lot, but it took a minute for me to find my traction. I started fast in my 3rd year because I had been around the block a couple of times. I knew what my offseason needed to be like, and I had gotten off to a terrific start in my 3rd and 4th year. And then the injury happened, and that was it. But I experienced both.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Jazz. Favors and Gobert, the tough pair inside. Mitchell and Ingles are out on the wings. And it's Rubio in at the point. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. Pass to Favors. Banked in off the glass.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Stolen by Rubio. Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
Yeah, he was on top of that play all the way. Great anticipation and throwing it ahead. That's how you do it.
And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Inside. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Teague.
And, you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
Rubio against Teague. Out to the wing. Favors dishes to Mitchell. Back to Favors. Pass to Mitchell. Favors trying to break free, and Utah again with the bucket.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
Wiggins outside. Pass to Sharch. Back to Wiggins. He kicks to T. Good on the three-point shot.
The super fast release of Jeff Teague and incredibly lethal catch-and-shoot player.
Outside Favors. Jazz passing it around, and then Favors with the dunk.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Gobert finds Rubio. To the paint. Here's Mitchell. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists now in this one. Left side, Towns. Basket good. Towns has got his second bucket tonight.
Gotta like how they've come out here. I mean, connecting on 4 of their first 5 shots, yes, that's good.
And Rubio kicks to Favors. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Favors got 6.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Now the pass to Wiggins. Favors with the rebound. Utah leading by 3. Mitchell with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Hits it from three-point range. Ingles has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Teague's got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Towns. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Gotta give the defense credit. That was a great contest on a high percentage shot in the paint.
Ingles kicks to Rubio. Pass to Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drops in the layup for 2.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Timberwolves trail by 8. It's tipped. Stolen by Mitchell. Here's Ingles. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
And Greg, right out of the gate, Donovan Mitchell seemed like a veteran more than a rookie.
I mean, his professionalism was one of the first things Ricky Rubio noticed about Mitchell. Father played minor league baseball, knows what it takes to succeed in professional sports. And you can just see it in his approach to practice and his commitment to improving his game. Mitchell was already the surprise of that 2017 draft, and I don't think there's any question he's destined to be a star.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Toronto, they've climbed all the way up to the 2nd spot.
And when you look at Utah, they've started out slow. It's not for a lack of want to. It's just the way the roster is composed. They have as many questions on that roster as they have answers.
Jazz leading by 10. Rubio in the corner. Over T. Great D that time from T.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Got a piece of it. In transition, here come the Jazz. Ingles with the ball. Kicks it out to Mitchell. That 3 off the mark. Timberwolves have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And it's Towns missing. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And the basket by Ingles. Ingles has got his second bucket of the night. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Utah.
and it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And Ricky Rubio might be one of the most unselfish players in the league. And not only for his passing and how much he enjoys piling up assists, but how he does a great job adjusting to what the team needs him to do and not worrying about his own game.
Teague the pass to Wiggins. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Wiggins has got it back down to single digits for Minnesota. Mitchell against Wiggins. Mitchell outside. Up top, Gobert. Right side Favors. 6 to shoot. High arcing shot. Some solid defense from Šarić. And for Rubio, who has been in the eye of the media for so long, Brady's always been unselfish. We've always seen that in his style of play.
You're right, Kevin. You've always been able to see that with Rubio's game. Great at making quick reads, seeing passes before they develop. I mean, he can see who's open and who's going to be open before he even catches a pass.
Here is Favors following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Mitchell, no good with the triple.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Now Rubio following the three-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Taj Gibson's checked in for Šarić. Dang comes in for Robert Covington. Rose, he's checked in for Wiggins, and Jones subbed in for Jeff Teague. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Udo's checked in for Favors. Jay Crowder comes in for Joe Ingles. Burks, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Dante Exum in for Ricky Rubio.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
Utah shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
On the free throw, no good. Mark, if you need to win a game 7, and you can't have KD or LeBron, but you can have any other one player in the league, who would you pick?
Wow, if you can't have either one of those guys.
How do you like that question?
There's a great list. Harden, Curry, Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard when healthy. And I think you'd have to throw Russell Westbrook in there, too, for a one-game situation where he could just go with the abandon he goes with. But I think I'm going to hang my hat with Kyrie Irving since he was part of bringing a championship to the Cavs a couple of years ago, my hometown.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Karl Anthony Towns, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the league, at least top 3 amongst all 7-footers. And his three-point percentage elite as well, over 40%.
The Timberwolves shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
The free throw drops for Towns. And Towns said he'd emulate Kevin Durant as a kid playing on the perimeter at Kentucky. Cal made him play inside, work in the post, and use his size.
So going back to his roots with his three-point shooting, the association experiencing a three-point renaissance, and he really does fit the mold.
And Towns drops them both. And this Timberwolves team, so fun to watch.
I agree. All-star talent on the rise, athleticism, and they can light it up, too. Yeah, fun group.
And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Jang, he's checked in for Towns. So it's the Jazz now. 7-point differential. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
The Jazz have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight.
One shot.
That's good from Exum. Now here's Jones. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers. Kicks to Jang. Outside Dang. And they call an illegal screen here. Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. In fourth, the Timberwolves.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively, and boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
Now, here's Exum. Udo kicks to Crowder. Nice ball movement by Utah. O'Neal passes to Exum. Drills it from outside. Exum's got 6.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Burks with the steal. Excellent D that time from Jones. Timberwolves trail by 13. Rose with the ball. Now defended by Exum. Rose, that's good.
And that floater is something Rose has been comfortable with since he came into the league. It's only gotten better with time. Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
The Jazz shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And the first one drops. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in. So he gets them both. For Minnesota, they've gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Rose finds Wiggins. Shoots over Burks. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Hey, that mid-range area, in-between area, we call it, inside the three-point line and not at the rim, Wiggins knows he can get this shot anytime he wants.
Now, here's Exum. He's got 8. Pass to Crowder. Exum with it. 6 on the shot clock. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And the shot goes in. Crowder's got his first points in this one.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Now here's Gibson. He's definitely not pleased how he played against the Lakers. And Dante Exum picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. .153 left to play here in the first. Dang for 3.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Not one second chance bucket allowed. That is finishing off good defense.
Utah with the ball, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Outside Crowder. Burks in the corner. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That is his first foul of the game. And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They trail by 11. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that that one got away from them, because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, if you only looked at the stat sheet, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. I mean, It was a case of a few small things, some of the intangibles that didn't go their way in the end.
Here's O'Neal. Udo trying to free himself up. O'Neal misses.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
The Timberwolves have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. The first one falls.
And Dang brings a lot to the table. I mean, a terrific defender, and he's very reliable as a scorer at all 3 levels.
And he can't hit the second. And Tom Thibodeau is a demanding coach, Clark. We know that. His teams have responded, though, but sometimes teams can wear down from that style. Does that concern you in Minnesota?
Not really, Kevin. I mean, he's shown that he's got a proven track record for having teams be successful. And with ownership behind him, I think the players will follow his lead. Remember, he's got the dual role as coach and president of operations. Not sure if that is always the best way to go about it, but in this case, with the alignment with ownership, I think it'll work. The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Now the feed to O'Neal. Here's Wiggins.
Oh, yes, sir. Come on, bring it. Spectacular move. Wiggins' elevation, body control, strength, elite across the board.
Exum dishes to Udo. And the rejection by Jang. And there's the foul. It'll go on Udo. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Well, you know, what's so impressive about Jang? Improvement in almost every category across the board, but especially hitting free throws.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Jazz out in front, up 5. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. During his tenure in Utah, Coach Quinn Snyder has quickly earned the appreciation of his players, including Rudy Gobert.
It's very lucky to have a coach like that. He really takes everything, with heart, and he wants us to be the best defensive team in the league, as I do. And I think when the coach and the players are on the same page, usually, good things happen.
Coach Snyder doing a terrific job with his team.
Just a great tactician, and he's clearly got his guys buying in to his message.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over him, Greg. I mean, pounced on him, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
And so in the game for the Jazz, Exum and Burks, their backcourt. Jay Crowder out there with O'Neal. And it's Udo in at the center position. Burks with the steal.
Ill-advised pass on that one, guys. I mean, he had to know there was a man there in position to get that turnover.
Exum kicks to Crowder. Over Gibson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, last season, a tough one for Crowder. It was moved from Boston to Cleveland and then moved again over to Utah at the deadline. Also struggled mightily with his shot and just had a down year.
First one falls for him. And with Crowder, his struggles were part of why Cleveland gave up on him so easily.
And you wonder who the real Jay Crowder is, the one we saw in Cleveland or the one we saw in Boston. My guess is somewhere in the middle. I think his defense should pick back up, and we know that he can be a better scorer than he has shown the last calendar year.
And both free throws good from Crowder. Clark, you had a terrific amateur career. You made NBA all-rookie first team. Can't exactly call you a late bloomer at all. You were really thriving.
Yeah, I had a lot of great people around me, Kevin, from the time I started playing in middle school to high school, college, the pros. Actually was fortunate Herb Williams, a teammate of mine in college at Ohio State, was also with the Pacers when I got there. So that helped my transition immensely to have a friend, veteran guy in the league. He had been there a year before me, break me in, and then I had an opportunity to play a lot and show what I could do, but I attribute it to good fortune, favor, and a lot of good people.
Jang, no luck.
That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
The only way he was getting to the hoop was to use the double clutch.
Burks against Wiggins with some arc, and that's 2 points on the layup. Wiggins has got 9.
Surveying the defense, Wiggins makes a good decision. Little floater over the top. That was the ideal shot for that circumstance.
Exum kicks to Crowder. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Jang's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. His shot isn't there right now. He's got to help him some other ways.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Jazz had to weather the loss of Gordon Hayward, so they need to play together to have success. Coach Quinn Snyder said, "We expect guys to put the team in front of themselves and support each other. Our strength isn't in one guy. We need each other." Kevin?
Well, David, one thing for sure, they come to play almost every game. Thank you.
And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Gorgie Dan. Sharch comes in for Taj Gibson. Robert Covington's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Teague in for Rose. Teague against Rubio to the inside. Here's Towns. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And with Rose, as you said, his love of the game is still there. And he still wants to play.
I mean, many players would have just walked away from having their body betray him. But Rose said last season he loves what he gets to do and still would be a water boy if he had to. You have to admire Rose's attitude and approach in that regard.
Here's Mitchell. Second shot opportunity. Out to Favors. Pass to Rubio. Now Gobert. Teague covering. Rocket 6. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Guys, he has been a major factor, big time, outstanding at getting quality looks and knocking them down.
The pass to Covington, a 3-ball. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game. Mitchell left side. Ingles in the corner. Covington with the steal. Wiggins against Mitchell. Shoots a fader. Gobert pulls it in. Jazz leading by 4. Here's Ingles. And it's rebounded by Covington. Minnesota's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Sharch passes to Teague. Shoots over Rubio. The Timberwolves again can't hit. To the middle. Here's Favors. Banked in off the glass. Favors has got 8 points.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And the Timberwolves call time here. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Utah.
2 division rivals facing off tonight. They'll see one another 4 times this season.
This is definitely the first of many tonight. And in these first games, you always try to set the tone and take that mental and psychological edge.
Jones checked in for the Timberwolves. And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep all broken down for Utah.
And they've been doing a great job of getting into the paint and scoring inside. The defense allowing them easy access to the rim, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Stolen by Mitchell. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Ingles with the ball.
And right there, Rubio doing what he does. Seeing the floor, exploring the defense, finding the open man, and getting him the ball.
Teague finds Saric. Back to Teague. Utah with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
You know, they seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely the momentum is with them.
And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Saric. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Saric, the Croatian forward, came into the NBA fairly polished. Has still improved his game year to year, which is a credit to him and his work ethic. There still are areas that he can work on, but make no mistake about it, this guy has shown from day one that he's an impact player.
First free throw is good. With Saric and how he plays, Clark, he's developing his non-scoring skills as well.
Yeah, he's a very smart player, Kevin, especially for how young he is. And I think he's got a game that's just going to continue to grow and refine with time. He's proved he actually can, on occasion, act as a point forward if you need it.
Saric nails them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Rubio against Jones. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Shoots over Towns. Here's Favors. A second chance effort. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got his fourth rebound in this one. To the paint. Here's Saric. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. They get Derek Favors.
Hey, you know what? Even when you hit Saric, I mean, he figures out a way to score anyway.
This will be his third free throw shot of the game.
One shot.
And that one falls from Saric.
You know, the toughness Saric possesses is really pretty impressive. A guy who lost 6 teeth in a game one time and kept on playing. Wow.
And Gobert kicks to Favors. Over Saric. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And for so long, it seems Derek Favors had played in a crowded front court, but still can get the job done.
And Favors has shown his versatility and impact in spot minutes his whole career. Every team can use a player like Favors. He just eats up space inside and can play that tough D.
2 shots.
Offensively, I think he'd like to get back to where he was around 2015, and hopefully he'll find the chances to do so.
And the first one drops.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And it took them a while to find their touch at the line, but they have been red hot here in the second quarter.
Teague deciding where to go with it. And the rejection by Favors. Jones against Rubio. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota.
You wonder if it's a good idea to foul Rubio there. I mean, he shot well under 40% from the field for his career, but at the line, he's north of 80%.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Two shots.
And he makes the first.
And you know, guys, when you watch Rubio, he's one of the most hyped international prospects ever. Scouts were right about his ability to manage the game, though.
He hits both from the stripe.
And if they stay this hot from the line, there's a good chance they'll hang on to that lead. They're at about 90% for the game.
Back to Jones. Teague against Mitchell. Teague the pass to Towns. Just 5 on the clock. Over Gobert. Ingles with the rebound.
That's a good shot. Even though it couldn't find the bottom of the bucket, I like the shot quality.
Outside Favors. Gobert finds Ingles. Back to Gobert. Kicks it out to Rubio. Passes it to Mitchell. For 3. That miss is his 4th this game. He's shooting 3 for 7 from the field. Teague drives in. Here's Towns. And the rejection by Favors.
Obviously, I mean, it would go a long way if he's making his shots. Right now, they're behind, and they certainly could use his help.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
One of those ongoing discussions about adding a 4th referee, Clark. Would that help us, you think, call the game more accurately?
No, it would just crowd the court more.
Right.
I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? There's a human element to everything we do. Calls are going to be missed. We've grown and gotten better in highlighting different aspects of calls, being more transparent about it. The video replay, I think, has been more good than bad in the game. There are going to be mistakes. You make them, I make them, the referees make them, coaches make them, players make them. We can't totally eliminate the human element of the game. A 4th official would not add to the ability to get more calls right. They're getting 94, 95% of them right now. You think another official is going to move the needle? Come on.
To the paint. Here's Sharch. Rebounded by the Jazz. Favors got 6 rebounds here tonight. The wide open look here for Ingles. Another miss by Utah. Timberwolves trail by 7. Jones kicks to Sharch. But they recover it. And he comes up with the deuce. Towns has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Favors, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Minnesota. Rose comes in for Teague. Jay Crowder's checked in for the Jazz. Burks comes in for Donovan Mitchell. And so Favors nails both of them.
And guys, this is the formula for winning basketball. Get to the line and bury your free throws. Their percentage right now is terrific.
To the middle. It's stolen by Gobert. On its way from Burks for 2. He can't hit that time. So Minnesota will take it the other way. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. No good on the free throw. A bit of an up-and-down season for Covington last year. Great 3 and D player overall, though.
Yeah, very good in those areas. He started out really hot, Kevin, and then was on his way to what looked like a breakout year, and his confidence waned with his shot, kind of like a golfer struggling with his putter. But this guy, because he defends, he has good size, and he does have a good shot, I think he'll bounce back nicely.
Pass to Burks. Over Rose. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Jones kicks to Rose. 6 on the shot clock. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Rubio. So here's Burks. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Outside Crowder. Back to Burks. Over Rose. Burks' shot is good. And the Jazz lead by 8. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Rose scanning the floor. Covington against Crowder. Burks with the steal. Tries again. Kicks it out to Rubio. Pass to Burks. Back to Rubio. 5 on the clock. Drills it from outside. Rubio's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Tell you what, Kevin, I mean, the best way to spread out this defense is for Rubio to hit a few more of these.
Outside, Towns. The dish to Rose. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Rose.
And you gotta love watching Rose play the game. His intense style can be infectious out there, and I think it really does elevate his teammates.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Gorgie Dang comes in for Towns. And it's Dang in for Robert Covington. Then for the Jazz, Udo's checked in for Favors. And it's Exum in for Ricky Rubio. Utah leading by 10. Crowder kicks to Burks. Now here's Exum, defended by Jones. Back to Burks. Fires from deep. Rebound by Rose.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
The 11-footer, and the shot is long.
He must hit that shot. I mean, the defense, non-factor. Very surprising he missed it.
The tray. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Jones looking for an opening. Jang with the ball. Now defended by Gobert. And the rejection by Udo.
And this is where you milk the clock.
Yeah, that's the intelligent play here, Greg, no doubt. No reason to chuck up some garbage shot.
Minnesota with the rebound. Jang's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Pulls up on the elbow. Dang can't get it to go. He got it!
Wow!
He caught it!
My goodness!
How about that shot to beat the clock? That one covered some distance.
And so it's the Utah Jazz. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, your team is competing at a very high level. What do you think that's happening?
Well, you know, we're trying to defend, and you know, we've been a little bit fortunate too. They've missed some shots, but you know, more than anything, we just want to try to guard and make it hard on them.
Got to make them feel you. Thanks, Quinn. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. A big night so far for Derek Favors. He had 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocks. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
Kenny, let's get your input on the Timberwolves.
Their lack of execution surprised me. You know, they had a lot of turnovers off sloppy ball handling, which goes back to the fundamentals. And I know we say it all the time, just make the simple play. And this is why. Without giving away possessions, they'd be a lot closer in this game.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone, to the Twin Cities. And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. We're seeing a tremendous game from Dario Saric.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Teague is at the point with Wiggins at the 2. Robert Covington out there with Saric. And it's Towns in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Gobert the pass to Rubio. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ingles. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And for that matchup with the Clippers, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, as we know, Rudy Gobert is a 7-footer with an aggressive mentality. He said some guys don't have pride, but I do, sometimes too much. Quinn Snyder said he gets angry, which I like. Whatever kind of stereotypes Americans have about the French, they don't apply. Not to him anyway, guys.
Sacre bleu! Thank you, D.A. He is indeed a fiery competitor. Wiggins finds Covington. And here is Teague. Ingles covering. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Over Mitchell. And it's Wiggins missing. And it's Rubio with the ball for Utah. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Timberwolves trail by 15. Covington wide open. He fires. Offensive rebound.
Got to find a way to energize themselves, get going. 0 for 3. They're looking for their rhythm right now.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Down low. The kick out to Towns. Mitchell against Wiggins. And Teague has it in the corner. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And here's a look at the stats for Donovan Mitchell. A very nice season for him last year. He put up about 20 points per game last season. 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And you know, pretty terrific numbers across the board.
Yeah, so many books in his library. He lights up the scoreboard on a nightly basis.
And Rubio kicks to Ingles. Floats it up for Rubio. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Let's take a look at Ricky Rubio. Some stats on him. A very nice season for him last year. 12th in steals and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And as we saw last season, a difficult guy to run the offense against. Constantly jumping the passing lanes. Always a threat to create a turnover. Outside, Towns. He kicks to Wiggins. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
That free throw missing. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
And the second free throw, good.
And, you know, it's amazing when you look back at the Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Love trade. Safe to say now that I think both teams really got what they wanted out of it.
Kicks it out to Rubio. On the wing, Mitchell. Nice ball movement by Utah. Favors. No good off the back of the rim. Timberwolves trail by 14. Sharch dishes to Covington. It's 2-on-1. Here's Gobert. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one is on Towns.
Well, Rudy Gobert has taken on more of a leadership role with this team. Clearly a difference maker on the court with his defense, and will get the team to fall in line. Hard to argue with one of the elite rim protectors in our league.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
A free throw drops for Gobert. And with Gobert, he does so much as a defender with his impact, Greg, in the paint.
Yeah, and Gobert does so much in terms of cleaning up his teammates' mistakes while they're defending out there on the perimeter. It allows his teammates to be more aggressive on D, knowing he's going to be that last line of defense. And Gobert won't let them get too comfortable, as he is one of the more vocal players in terms of shaping their D.
With the fadeaway. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
You know, sometimes rest can do more harm than good. It certainly looks that way for them. They've been cold coming out and have yet to find the bottom of the net.
O'Neal passes to Rubio. Kicks it to Gobert. Mitchell against Wiggins. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers.
With a break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. Karl Anthony Towns, 4th.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Teague against Rubio. Wiggins. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
One shot.
And Jeff Teague grew up in Indianapolis, spent a season with the Pacers. Clark, you've spent some time around that team. What are your impressions of Teague?
I think he's really solid, kind of a quiet leader, steady, reliable. He actually stayed in his parents' basement while he was with the Pacers. Pretty frugal, I would add, too. They say you can't go home again. I guess he proved that theory wrong.
Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Staying alert and aware, Wiggins sees his man flash to an open spot. Pass is right on the money.
Rubio with it. Picked up by Teague. Outside Favors. Poke loose. 6 to shoot. Mitchell outside. That 3 off the mark.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Puts it up off the inbound. The shot by Sharch, no good.
Has to be disappointing seeing him miss that one, Kevin. I mean, the defense wasn't bad, but still, I think he needs to convert from there.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree.
Shooting one.
Teague with the ball. It's Sharch, top of the key. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
It was very close, and I wouldn't mind letting them play on that one. It wasn't blatant by any means.
Teague against Rubio. He dishes it to Mitchell. Minnesota with the rebound. Covington's got his 4th rebound in this one. From 12 feet out. And it's Wiggins missing. Jazz leading by 15. And here is O'Neal. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Mitchell. That 3 off the mark.
Well, in most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Jones checked in for Jeff Teague. And Utah with a change here, too. Crowder's checked in. Gobert with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Some changes for Minnesota. Gorgie Dang comes in for Saric. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Robert Covington. Udo's checked in for Utah. Outside, Towns. Here's Wiggins. Yep, it counts. Wiggins has got 6 points in the quarter.
And that's a nice play. Under duress, Wiggins staying aggressive, sinks the contested shot.
Mitchell kicks to Gobert. Here's Udo. Mitchell outside. Back to Udo. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Towns in the corner for 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. 17 points was their biggest margin. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
The Jazz making a switch here. Exum's checked in. Timberwolves trail by 16. Jones finds Jang. Now here's Rose. Outside, Jones. From past the arc. Timberwolves working now with the new shot clock. And the rejection by Udo. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Minnesota making some changes. Taj Gibson's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Dang in for Wiggins. And Utah with a change here too. Burks, he's checked in for Gobert. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for Utah. 16-point lead. To the wing on the left. O'Neal kicks to Exum. The pass to Crowder. Jazz passing it around. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Udo. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Udo's got 5 points so far. Minnesota's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Jang dishes to Rose. It's tipped. Here's Gibson. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket. Now Exum. He's got 8. Up top, Crowder. And Luol Deng gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Exum. No good on the quick 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Outside Gibson. Left side Rose. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Rose has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And, you know, it's a bonus to have big men who pass it like this. Gibson, solid instincts there.
Here's Burks. And Utah again with the bucket.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Timberwolves trail by 16. Now, here is O'Neal. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Utah?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Shot clock at 5. On its way from Rose for 2. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
And great elevation on that shot from Rose. When his jumper is falling, he becomes a nightmare to defend.
Now, here's Exum. Defense is right there. From the wing. And Utah again with the bucket.
I tell you what, I can't argue with the result, but a little unnecessary to go to the off-balance shot there.
Outside, Jones. They get a hand on it, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Utah with the ball. Out to the right wing. O'Neal against Dang. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Towns.
This has been the kind of showing from him that everyone wanted to see. He's not going out of his way to force much, but when the shot is there for him, he hasn't hesitated 1 second to pull the trigger. Just a great night from the floor for him.
Timberwolves trail by 18. Here's Jones. No points in the game yet for him. Jang the pass to Dang. Gibson in the post. Defended by Crowder. Now here's Jones. He's guarded closely. 4 on the clock. Back to Gibson. Launches a 3. The rebound by the Jazz. Here's Exum. Crowder finds Burks. Back to Crowder. Goes back up, and he gets the jumper to drop. Crowder's got 10.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Rose passes to Gibson. Right side Jones. Shoots over Burks, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Here's Crowder. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. They'll take on Marc Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets.
And for that matchup with the Mavericks, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
And the first one drops. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Towns is checked in. Utah also making some changes. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Royce O'Neal. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Exum. And both free throws good from Crowder. Jones with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Passes it to Gibson. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Pass to Rubio. It's stolen by Jones. And the basket by Rubio.
High percentage look there, guys. Rubio's best chance to score, and he maxed it out.
And here's Rose. 9 points in the game so far. Poked loose. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
Rubio taking his time here. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That will get him his fourth foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
Two.
And that one falls for Ricky Rubio. Both free throws good from Rubio. There's 10 seconds left to play in the third. Jones kicks to Towns. Over Udo. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And so it's the Utah Jazz ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And we'll be back with you shortly. A chance now to hear Coach Quinn Snyder talking to his team moments ago in the huddle.
Let's just keep playing with the same intensity, okay? On misses, you guys really run in space. Anyone can bring it.
Well, he's trying to get them to maintain that edge right now.
And solid advice from Coach Snyder, wanting his squad to remain engaged.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So on the floor for Utah, we've got Alec Burks. Allen is out there with Udo, and it's Kavanaugh in at the 4. And the foul called on Tyler Kavanaugh. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Nunley. Burks covering. Shot clock at 6. Here's Teague. And Kavanaugh pulls it down.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
Here's Udo. The second chance effort. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple. Two.
No good on the free throw. Clark, you played for a small market team in Indianapolis, so difficult now for them to retain all-star level talent, or so it would seem.
Yeah, that's always been the case, Kevin, and I don't think that's changed much. You know, KD goes from Oklahoma City to the Bay Area. Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward go from small markets to Boston, although Kyrie was traded. Gordon Hayward was signed as a free agent. I think it's just one of those inherent issues that will continue to be a challenge for some of the small market teams. That's why the draft and developing drafted players for those teams is so critically important.
And you look at Jeff Teague, now with a decade in the league out of Wake Forest. Greg, what does he bring to the table aside from the fact that he's been in the playoffs every single year of his career?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive slasher and really has grown as a playmaker. Not a star, but a quality starting point guard.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And you know what I like most about Teague is his confidence. I mean, he's unflappable. He's cool and composed, and yet plays the game with a real fire.
So he gets them both. And it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. You know, there's always this debate, Clark. Could the best teams 20 years ago beat the best teams of today?
I think there would be some compelling matchups, and I think you would find winners on both sides from different eras. I really do. It's hard to compare just because of the difference in eras and periods, but really good championship teams typically could handle most teams in the current era. I believe that in all sports. So compelling matchups, and I do think some teams from a couple of decades ago could handle some of the teams that we see winning championships now.
It's stolen by Teague. Fast break, Minnesota. Okogie flushes it down to finish the break.
And guys, the defense of Teague is underrated. Excellent instincts, and he takes reasonable chances on defense.
Pass to Burks. Here's Kavanaugh. And he lays it straight in.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number one has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Gibson the bounce pass. Okogie defended by Allen. Okogie and Allen with the block. And he recovers it. 4 on the shot clock. And not sure what he was thinking there. For Utah, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Udo, the pass to Neto. Allen outside. The pass to Kavanaugh. Burks on the wing. Lets it go from the wing. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Timberwolves have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of this is just the one make. And the rejection by Udo.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Now Gibson passes to Teague. From 13, pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Teague's got 4 points in the quarter.
Can't take Teague lightly from the mid-range now because he's consistent at cashing in from there.
Pass to Burks. Back to Neto. Makes it off the glass.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Pass to Nunley. Outside Gibson. Outside Teague. It's rebounded by Udoh.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Teague with the ball, and Allen picks him up defensively. We're hearing more players and coaches express their political beliefs, their social concerns, trying to, in a positive way, affect change, Clark.
And Kevin, I applaud it, respect it, admire it, and can't get enough of it. As long as players and coaches are well informed about that which they talk about, and most of the NBA guys are. And I think it's important that wherever we are in life that we use our platforms to express our views. That's part of what being a citizen of this country is about. So I don't think you necessarily compartmentalize your life. If there are issues that are dear to you, that you want to speak out on and educate yourself about, then you use your platform for that purpose while performing your job, which just happens to be playing NBA basketball or coaching NBA basketball.
Burks' shot is good.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
The Timberwolves shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Okogie defended by Allen from deep. Teague can't hit.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half, still bageled in the second.
Burks kicks to Neto. Back to Burks. Rebound, Minnesota. Gibson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. At the teardrop, they get the rebound. Tolliver, and the rejection by Udoh. Kavanaugh, the pass to Allen. Rejected by Teague.
Some great timing that time from Teague, who was able to climb the ladder and get the shot block. Don't see that much from him, but pretty good work there.
And so it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. He kicks to Udoh. Back to Neto. Down low, the baseline J. Burks can't get it to go. And there's a whistle. That goes on Neto. That's his first foul. You look at rebounding now, Clark. Teams relying less on one guy and more on collective team rebounding, especially, it seems, on the defensive end.
Yeah, and you think about it, Kevin, with the space and pace game, positionless basketball, if you will, or versatile basketball that takes place, more guys are spread out and away from the goal. Bigger guys are not always camped in the lane, so everybody's got to rebound the ball, more so today than in past decades, because, again, the three-point shots are coming at a rapid rate. Longer rebounds are available now, so everybody's got to be attuned to rebounding the ball.
Back to Exum. Baseline try, and he connects with the jumper. Minnesota's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Kicks it to Tolliver. Teague left side. Here's Jang, and the rejection by Udoh. Now, here is O'Neal, guarded closely, down low. And Dante Exum picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Teague finds Jang. Back to Teague. Misses from short range.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Awesome feed there. That pass was on point.
The Timberwolves shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Mark, an interesting aspect of the one-and-done controversy. Increasingly, these guys are being asked to take on a big role in the NBA right away.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I'm all for guys that have the unique ability and opportunity to play pro basketball out of high school or after 1 or 2 years of college. I would love to see college kids hang around for 2 or 3 years, but that's not realistic for the supremely gifted. But it does put pressure on your teams if you're expecting these young guys to come in and impact winning right away. It takes a little time, most cases, for even really highly talented players to become winning NBA players.
Okogie. Burks pulls it in. Burks has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
Takes a 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gibson's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Another miss by Minnesota.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
Here's Burks. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Exum's got 4 assists now tonight.
Excellent awareness there, zipping the ball over to the perfect spot to score it.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Okogie, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Clark, we know of your involvement with college basketball, call in the Final Four. College teams occasionally change conferences here in the NBA. There's talk of eliminating conferences altogether.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a bit of a traditionalist here. I'm open to change, but I think there would need to be more rationale behind the change than what I've heard or read. So I think keeping it the way it is fine. So that tradition aspect of it is what I'm hanging my hat on. Anytime you try to manipulate matchups, though, to me, is walking down the wrong road. So, in my opinion, we should stay with the conferences for now.
I like that thought. Crowder, he's checked in for Tyler Cavanaugh. Both shots good from the stripe. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. Exum kicks to Crowder. Nice ball movement by Utah. Gobert double teamed. Here's Burks. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Burks has got 13 points here in the second half alone. Teague the pass to Gibson. Jang against Gobert. Jang dishes to Teague. Inside. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Teague. Teague's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Utah.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
Here's Gibson. Got it from 16 feet.
A competent score from the mid-range. Actually, it may be his best part of his game. Gibson solid at recognizing when that shot's available.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his first foul.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Straight frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
And Gobert kicks to O'Neal. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Dante Exum. Dante, still a young guy in this league. What do you want to focus on with your development?
You know, I think it's just staying in the defensive end. You know, sometimes in the heat of the play, you kind of lose sight of it, and it's just about staying in there and just helping your teammates out. So,
a very young guy on a very good team. Thank you, Dante. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.